The problem we'll be looking at today is 304 divided by 7. Let's start by making an estimation. There's lots of ways you could go forward with this, but let's try the compatible number strategy where we change one of the numbers into a different number that will make the equation easier to compute. So let's start by making our dividend 304 into a number that is a multiple of 7. So let's start by thinking about some of the facts that we know about our divisor of 7. 7 multiplied by 4 has a product of 28, and 7 multiplied by 5 has a product of 35. Now, using our knowledge of place value, if we multiply both these equations by 10, we get 7 multiplied by 40 is 280, and 7 multiplied by 50 is 350. So our dividend, 304, is about halfway between 280 and 350. Therefore, our quotient should be about halfway in between 40 and 50. So let's make an estimate of 45. Let's start by solving this concretely using base 10 blocks. We have 3 flats, which is equal to 300, and 4 units, which is equal to 4 ones, making 304. We want to divide it into 7 groups. Since we only have 3 flats and 7 groups, let's change the flats into rods, which equal tens, in order to have enough to divide evenly between the groups of 7. We now have 30 tens, which is equal to 300. Let's divide them equally between the 7 groups. We now have 2 rods, or 20, left in the tens place that we need to put into the ones place so that we can evenly divide them into groups of 7. Now let's divide our units, our ones, into the groups of 7. As you can see, there is 43 in each group. Therefore, our quotient is 43, and we need to take account for these 3 that are left over, so we have a remainder of 3. Although we've already represented our equation symbolically alongside our concrete representation, let's write it out again symbolically just to make it extra clear. So 304 divided by 7 has a quotient of 43 with a remainder of 3. Similarly, we can carry out this method pictorially, where our hundreds are represented by squares, our tens will be represented by straight lines, and our ones are represented by dots. So let's divide this into our 7 groups. As you can see, there are again 43 in each group of 7, and there is 3 left over. So the quotient is 43 remainder 3. So let's try another symbolic method. I'm going to introduce you to repeated subtraction. It's quite simple. It's a form of solving division equations whereby we subtract the divisor from the dividend repeatedly. So we could just subtract 7 from 304 until we have 0 or a number that is less than 7, but that would take a very long time. So instead, we are going to use multiples of 7. So numbers on this side of the line are going to indicate the quantity of the divisor being subtracted from the dividend. So if you recall from our estimation, we estimated a number 7 multiplied by 40, which has a product of 280. So let's start by subtracting that. So 304 minus 280 is going to give us 24. Now let's think about what number multiplied by 7 would be less than 24. 7 multiplied by 3 is going to give us 21. So let's subtract that. 24 minus 21 has a difference of 3. Now let's add up our quantities on the side of the equation, which is going to represent our quotient. So 40 plus 3 has a sum of 43. And let's not forget our remainder of 3 left over. So our quotient is 43 remainder 3. To finish off this problem, let's compare our solution to our original estimate. So recall that our original estimate was 45, and our solution is 43 with a remainder of 3. So our estimate was actually quite close to our solution. Therefore, it seems that we chose an effective strategy for estimating. I hope that this helps you, and have a great rest of your day.